I ditched class for the first time, but I was so terrified. I was outside the classroom. The staff told me I don't look like a bad kid, so they let me experience ditching. What is up, my friends? How are you? So I completely even forgot just now that not just now, but I forgot what the actual I was reading Jackie and Baby stuff, and I was like, "You ditched class for the first time today?" I'm like, "Good for you, Rebel. Good for you. Got my respect." So what to do? What to do? Hope all is well, Jackie and Baby. The FL vlog is in the house, and then Kimberly was around. Don't know if Kimberly is still around, but happy Thursday to you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, we're just chilling, getting today started. Yo, what's up, Henry? How you doing, my brother? I hope all is well with you guys. Man, happiest of Thursdays to y'all. I'm just off. I'm sleepy. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Squish is back to her normal routine. Officially, I could say that today was like the first real day back because yesterday was half day. I didn't come to work. I just work remote. Um, and then but today was up early, got to school early, and back to work at about 8:15, 8:30. So it's back to that routine again. So I missed my extra hour of sleep, man. I was digging it. I was loving it, dude. I see my man Felix is in the house. So I know I keep saying it. I sound like a damn broken record, man, but uh, all my videos are straight pieced now for that last Chicago video I'm going to be dropping. So I just got to work on the transition, put some music in there, do a um little not fast forwarding, but speed it up a little bit. I can't even think right now, but yeah, and it should be done. So hopefully I'll be working on that, finishing that up tonight, early tomorrow, and then we'll see. Um Felix is in the house. My friend Esenia is in the house. Jimbo's in the house. How was her first day? It was absolutely sick. Jimbo, there was something I had to ask you, bro. Oh, so shout out to Jimbo. When he went over to the Carolina, um, he brought back a game, Jimbo, and I could have swore it was just a pack of hot sauce. We were super excited because Amy was like, you know what, we'll just cook up some wings and dab some of this hot sauce. I had no idea it was actually a hot sauce game. So see what you're good for this weekend, man. Let's get down on this game. That's what's up. And my brother Henry's in the house, and I see Issa's in the house, and my favorite AI Maria is in the house with her token emoji. Um, all is well with you guys as well. Yeah, so it was, and Pearl's in the house. What is up, Pearl? Um, and let me see. Gio and Grace is in the house. Happy birthday to my man Gio, man. He's hanging at 22 years young. So happy birthday to him, man. He's had a 1 full year of legal drinking under his belt. So only room for improvement now, man. So enjoy your 20s while you still can. But yeah, thank you guys all for being in here. Again, I'm just thinking, just within the whole way you guys here, we will be having two sizes for McFlurries now. But back in the days, I could have swore, wasn't there always two sizes for McFlurry back in the days? It was like small, like, well, I guess medium or large, or small and medium, whichever way you actually look at it. Um, I don't know, So I mean, I thought so back in the days. But I know now there's just one legal alcohol. Doesn't I agree? I agree 100%, man. The minute they say it's legal, it just makes it, you know, not fun anymore. You know what I'm saying? Just not fun, you know. Um but yeah, I think yeah, see, back in the days that's how it used to be, I believe. I think that was whole in the generation of the not the McFlurries, the supersize, because back in the days with the McDonald's, remember, it used to be um you could supersize them fries, and then they did the whole push that it's unhealthy and can't have that option available for people because it's not good. Like don't do that because kids are gonna get fat. And it was like, dude, again, that started with the era of personal responsibility. If you're giving your kid Mickey D's every single day, as opposed to taking that money and buying like groceries and feeding them healthy, then that's personal responsibility, man. But on those days where I'm just stupid hungry and I wanted to supersize me, and I honestly don't think there was any other phrase in the fast food market. And if I'm wrong, I really wish y'all would tell me, man, to tell me what y'all think the best absolute phrase used to be. But nothing, 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 nothing was better than going up and says, welcome to McDonald's. I was like, yeah, let me get that Big Mac combo. Would you like to be super fries? Absolutely, supersize me. Or they didn't even ask. Thank you, welcome to McDonald's. Would you like to try the $5.99 chicken on menu? No, thank you. Can I please get that double quarter pounder with cheese? And can you please supersize me? Amazing. Amazing. Um, let's see who else is in the house. My man Corey's in the house. What's up, Corey? How you doing, my brother? Um, Hope all is well with you, Corey, man. I'm waiting to do another live with you, man. I'm actually trying to set it up. So I'm thinking I'm gonna ride out the rest of this year. We are actually in coming up toward the end of the year, but I do have some stuff coming up that I'm not gonna say coming up, but that we want to hit for next year, man. And definitely I want to figure out a way that I could have guests on here as well and just talk about the most random stuff. I mean, that's what I do anyway. But now I'm inspired by you, Corey, man. I honestly respect the fact that you are knocking out these guests left and right, man. And each of them are dope, man. And it's just been a little bit busy over the past couple of weeks for us, for me specifically too. But I'm in there, bro. Believe me, I'm still watching. I was laughing. I was actually about to send was about to send over a picture, man, because I know Corey loves the fact that he's on the big screen and you're on my big screen, man. And every time it happened twice already where my wife thought I was listening to a podcast, and it turns out it was just you chit chatting it up, brother. So yeah, so you definitely gonna be one of the first up there. I got a lot of my homies on here, or we even just do a whole panel, man. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So again, if I missed your chat, I do apologize. Just catching up with some of this stuff, and if I miss it, I'm so sorry. I don't mean it. So please go ahead and rewrite it again. Um, Let's see. And then we have pumpkin and cream pies. I want to say I had the pumpkin and cream pie. If they had it last year, or was it the strawberry? I don't remember, but I am yet to be disappointed from any of the Golden Arches pies. I love them all. I love them all. And someone who works at McDonald's, I don't feed my son McDonald's all the time. It's personal responsibility, man. It's definitely a personal responsibility. Let me see. Da, 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 da. Everyone's saying what up. Everyone's showing Gio some love for his birthday. Let's see. Um, Please say one more time. No, nothing, 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 nothing beats when they say supersize me. Ah. Someone ordered a caramel frap hot yesterday. How does that even work? And then Corey says, he's down. Let's run this. Let's do this. Let's do this, Johnny. Have you guys ever seen that movie Rollball? It's got Bow Wow, and it has Nick Cannon as Escape Man, and then has some other goofy guy on there. But it is funny, man. Like if you've never seen Rollball, it's probably one of my favorite movies, man. It's just a good fun movie, and it's stupid and it's awesome. I absolutely love it. I swear people are something. And they're challenging, they're in a skate off. It's pretty much a skate movie, roller skating. And they're going back and forth, and then they issue ones, and then the one dude just snaps and says, snaps and goes, let's do this, Johnny. And my cousin and I used to run around just doing that snap. Let's do this, Johnny. So if you ever hear me say that, that's where it's from. No one needs to be subjected to my face on a big screen. Never apologize. Always so much going on. Yeah, man. I just again, even with all my homies, man, I always could check in, man. I'm not able to chat a lot of the time. Sometimes, like last night, I was editing, trying to knock out different edits here. I got some stuff coming out for the members as well too. So, just some of the behind the scenes stuff as well. Um, and then I missed them strawberry cream pies. Them strawberry cream pies is that heat. Let me see. Sending over a cake. You better be serious, dude. Don't play around with cakes, man. Um, don't be playing around with cakes, man. Don't be promising cakes, dude. People like me, we love cakes. We'll fight for cakes. I won't get into detail, but we did get in an argument here at work over cake. Cake is the real deal, man. Real talk. Don't play with cakes, especially with the pudgy kids. Don't play with the don't play with the cakes. You know what I'm saying? Val is a picky eater. Does she not like McDonald's? Is there anybody here who absolutely does not like McDonald's? There's that's that. And then Gio and Grace, member for 5 months. Happy to support such a dope channel. Thank you so much for becoming members. You guys are the bomb.com. Again, man, always good to have the support of peeps. Um, and especially when you have peeps like Gio and Grace. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for being a member for 5 months. Appreciate that. And for some of you members, if you guys don't um if you guys noticed, if you're 6 months right here, your batch has changed. Got a little sizzly bacon in there. So I don't like McDonald's. I make love McDonald's. I make love it a whole lot. That's what's up. He loves McDonald's. I love it. I got no qualms with it. Um, I absolutely do. I absolutely do. I love it. I don't care. Now, is it something I'm fit to eat every day? Absolutely not. But any chance I can, I do. The McSpicy, mm-mm-mm. And FL Vlogs, 7 month members. Whoop whoop. That's what I'm saying, my brother. Thank you so much, man. I think Angel was one of the first that hopped in the members game. Appreciate you so much, my brother. I always love the support, man. And then Doom Buggy. So, man, I'm just gonna do this as a blanketed statement, man. I want to go to Disney tomorrow. I'm just feeling the itch to go. I feel like I have to redeem Universal and wear a Universal t-shirt over to Disney. If you guys don't know, um, if you guys don't know, check out my last short, one of my last shorts, and we didn't know we were going to Disney, so I'll actually give the backstory to all of that right now. So, hold up, I got one of them sizzling bacons too. That's right, because you've been a member for 7 months. So thank you so much, Henry, man. Again, dude, not just here, man, but just a text away, man. So appreciate that support, man. Thank you so much, my brother. But there's no resis, so I don't know if anything's going on at Disney, but I can get resis. I literally just checked again prior to jumping on, and no resis. So if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. So we shall see. I should have had my birthday party at, you know what? I would still have a birthday party at McDonald's, whether they offer it or not. But I mean, I don't know. I think it was AI. Was it AI or someone who had told me, Maria, if it wasn't Maria, then I'm just gonna give the credit to Maria, unless someone else tells me no, that was me that said it. That you could still go to McDonald's and get a birthday cake. I think it's like $10. Maybe Yesenia could answer that if she's still around. Can you still buy a birthday cake at McDonald's? But yeah, if that's the case, man, for my birthday next year, I'm going to McDonald's, man. I'm having me a birthday party there. We will have them what used to be, remember the 39-cent cheeseburger, what was it? 49-cent cheeseburger, 29-cent hamburger. Man, I'll be like a king, man. But yeah, those days are long gone, man. Um, let's see here. No, not all members. Only I can't watch. You can't restrict me. Yes, I can, and I have, and I will. Oh, not at your McDonald's. Okay. Yes, you can. It's frozen, I think. Okay, so Yesenia doesn't have it at hers. Um, Doesn't have it at hers, but you know what? I should go check out the one at Dina, man, and see if they have it over there as well, because that would be, McDonald's cake. Could only imagine how, you know, amazing it will be. Because like if you get the cake and it smells like McDonald's, that's just enough to do it for me. I'm in love. I'm down. I'm so down. But anywho, yes, yes. Let's see here. Let's see. So I started thinking, let me know if you want to roll the dice again. She goes, but when you do it, you gotta look her deep in the eyes and be like, let me know if you want me to roll the dice. I will roll the dice. But anyways, the whole thing I was thinking, because yes, I know the last live stream we are talking about the back to school schedule. You better change that face, Issa. ASAP. ASAP. But I know we were talking about the back to school stuff. But then we start thinking, like, again, I will still say it right now, because I honestly don't think there's there's obviously a huge gap between when we were kids and the kids nowadays. And yes, in many ways I keep talking about the phones, man. Everybody now has a phone. You brave Henry, wait till you get home, man. Change the lock. um All right, brother. I'm gonna be start watching, hanging out with the coolest little baby in the world. What's up, Ariel? Do it, brother. Do it, man. Have a great one, man. Happy birthday, man. Just yeah, we'll be talking about stupidity, man. If you want to hop in and give any of your stupidity too, feel free to do so, my friend. But honestly, we were just thinking about how oh snaps. We just do things differently than kids now. We didn't really get caught, and I know this has been a topic of conversation before, that it was harder for us to get caught doing things because we didn't have that, you know technology that we have. I had a pager, and my beeper and my pager didn't take video, couldn't record, couldn't do nada. I just got a phone number of which we used to send text messages to, right? um but you know what? Ultimately, uh, we, I think, in many ways had a much better childhood back then because, I mean, we had to concentrate on the here and now, right? Conversations, and if nobody was talking, guess what? We was bored. If no one did anything, then guess what? We was bored. We didn't snitch on ourselves. Thank you. Like back then, I mean, one of my best friend always laughs because, um, and I'll tell you the story about Emilce too. But yeah, I would always stand behind it. Wasn't me. Just like Shaggy, wasn't me. Did you? Wasn't me. And there was no way to really prove it was you. Just short of like 8 people ganging up on you saying, "No, it was you. We saw it." Wasn't me. And there was no way to prove that it was you. You know what I'm saying? Um, why can't I give a membership? I don't know. I don't know why you can't. I mean, I appreciate the thought. Thank you so much. Thank you. But I honestly, I don't know. I think it's hard. I can't look at it because I'm on the stupid YouTube. Oh, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Yesenia. Um, but I was like thinking because, yeah, like you could say, yeah, wasn't me till I was blue in the face. Wasn't me, wasn't me, wasn't me. And then and your homies that you were with too. No, we ain't seen nothing. We ain't seen nothing. But what happens nowadays is everyone is too busy doing this, too busy doing this. And then when they said it was you, and they're like, wait a minute, it wasn't me. Um, like I wait, why do you think it's me? And then they get all defensive. You always blaming me. Well, it was on your phone. It's on your phone. Like you were recording it clearly. So I know we did a lot of silly things when we were growing up too, man. Starting from elementary, because I look at Squish, what she does with her friends, and thinking, you know what, how proud I am of Squish. She had a very solid first day. And she came home and she was exhausted because sleep patterns off. She would wake up late, go to bed late, so it was all off. So even at half day, so I'm so curious to know how she's gonna feel today. Was her first full day. And then so going to yesterday, shout out to Amy. Amy was the one that remembered that they were giving out these little things yesterday. So I was like, dude, I'm pretty impressed that Amy was there. So I was working remotely yesterday. So we after we were done with the school, we went to Universal. We picked up the vouchers to this. And then she was doing something else. And then I sat in front of Hollywood and Dine with my laptop and I was working remotely, listening to music, working remotely, which is just it all honesty, just whole different ambience to itself, because you're just like, hey, you know what? I would be doing what I'm doing at work, but I'm sitting at Universal, so that was kind of fresh too. But yeah, that's what this was, Amy. We went yesterday. We just picked this up real quick. And that's cool because this is like my favorite looking tram, man. The Glamour Tour tram was just my absolute favorite. But yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, I either that or we switch. You know what? It is so funny because we always play the games. We always play the games of me as annoyed parent and then her as annoying kid. And it just suits us. It's funny, and she'll pop in and call us, and it's very quiet, because at any point I'm literally still looking down at my phone right now, thinking the phone's gonna ring and it's gonna be her giving me some stupid comments, making some weird noises. Or for a couple of the streams, she was in here in my office together, and that in itself was just a cool experience because anytime, I'm not oblivious to the fact knowing that she's in eighth grade right now, and when she goes to high school, there's far and few where she's gonna want to come to work with dad. So that's I'll take it for all it is and I'll accept it for all it is, but again, you have to do keep in mind, because I'm not ever putting on the persona that we are like this straight up perfect family where we do things and we laugh, because she's 13, she's freaking annoying. And that's what comes with being 13. I could imagine when I was 13 too, I must have been just as freaking annoying, if not a whole lot worse, more annoying, um oop, hold on. Uh, Hold on, guys. Mm, Sorry, Amy texted me, and I want to, sleep on the couch. Um, uh, Amy said to tell you guys hello. Hello, Amy. What's up, Chilo? How you doing, my brother? Um, but yeah, um, but then, so we started thinking about all the silliness we did when we were kids as well. Even from playing street ball to what else? Like, what I mean, some of the stuff that you guys did, one of the biggest things we used to love to do is and again, Tom's were just a whole lot different, right? Um, have a lighter and play with aerosol cans. Why? I don't know, but we did. Take the cans and then just blow flames. And then if not that, I don't know um, how we got a hold of lighter fluid as well. But we would just drag the lighter fluid and make designs on the ground, and we tried to do it quick with lighter fluid on the ground, and then light that boy, and then watch the pattern on the ground. And in all honesty, I want to say I actually have some of those on video as well. So I really need to, pick up. I need to pick up the pace, get this capture card, and see what I have on some of these old videos, man, and just share it with the world. So Chilo's in the house, and our friend D is in the house. How are you? Um, I haven't quite decided yet if I'm talking to D yet, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Um, but but shout out to them. They had an amazing stream yesterday. They were just talking about different things as well, different interactions, different things that they, it was all over the place, and it was all over the place, but all of it made perfect sense. Their streams are totally that vibe. So if you guys have not tuned in for our Jurassic Chaos, you guys need to jump in on those streams because they are super, 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 super fun. But let's see. Oh, you want to see? Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll redo it, man. I got a lot of lighter fluid, but we would do like the stars, so it looked like we were worshiping Satan and it was whatever. And then we were just on there, and we were, lighting on fire, and then the aerosol cans go, And then stupidity though, because you know what happens with the Bic lighter if you hold that Bic lighter way too long, it's just the top part of it gets super hot because it's not meant to be held for extended period of time. It's usually meant to just go light and then you're good. Light your stove and let's roll. Um, but we would hold it and we would legit have like you could still. I mean, I don't know if you could see, but I still have scars on my hands from areas that I was burnt. And it was crazy because I actually have one, can't really even see it, but I have one on both sides. I've kind of grown out of it, but I had burned both sides of those. We would smoke hookahs a lot. And sometimes we would just be lazy, like lazy. Like, I don't know if you've ever smoked a hookah, but we would smoke hookahs back in the days. And instead of taking little tongs to clean off the top of the hookah with the charcoal, we would just take our fingers real quick and like flick it off, you know. And I'd say between the ages of about 18 to about, let's see, Squish was born when I was like 27, I believe. Yeah, 27. I was a heavy smoker between 18 and 27, heavy smoker. So fingers are still pretty much calloused from, like whatever. And it was just I would touch things, I would move it and not really have much feelings in my hands. What's up, Toby? How you doing, brother? Um, and I would just move the charcoal. But then me, not being in my right state of mind, would have my other hand right here. The tray where it would catch the charcoal dust was right here, and I would just flick the charcoal this way, and it would fly on my hands. And again, it would just land right here, and I would be burning, and I'd just be like, ah, ah, ah. So yeah, needless to say, playing with fire, I don't know, it was crazy. Bacon, I think we're the only ones left to try that Camp Snoopy coaster. Chilo and Angel did it already. I hope my fluffy back can do it too. I don't even want the disappointment, brother. But we could try. And we just sit next together, man. So we either do it together or we don't do it at all. I am so down. Let's roll. Um, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't think my big ass is gonna make it on there, but I'm gonna try. I'm trying. Never say never. Um, doing well at the beach today, man. The beach is a good place to be, man. Super cool place to be. Hey Maria, do you like McDonald's? Curious. What's your opinion on McDonald's? Um, and then yeah, let's all plan together so we could do it together. I'm not waiting 2 hours for that little roller coaster though. So I mean, if it's at the end of the night, we could try where people can't see me get the night off the ride. I'm down. All right, my friend, have to clock in for work. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Much love to you guys. Love you, Yesenia. Thank you so much for always popping in. Have a great shift. I'll touch bases with you a little bit later on. Um, yeah, so I'm down. I'm so down. Um, you gotta be a walk. Yeah, I'm not waiting for that. I'm too old to wait for things now. Too impatient to wait for things now. Um, okay, sorry, just checking my emails real quick. Just take a look at the cameras real quick too. Gotta wait till the end of the night. Yeah, and then if a lot of people aren't waiting in line, that's cool. Then we could do the walk of shame. Um, we could do the walk of shame, and no one will see us. So I'm down with that. I'm so down with that. But yeah, so playing with fire was one of the things that we did, and even then, I think where was early, I'd say between 18 to about maybe 22. I mean, we would drink a whole lot. Was there any real rhyme or reason to certain things you did when we were drinking? Absolutely not. Um, like I'm trying to think of some of the dumb things I did, but it's so hard when you have a lot of stupid things you've done. It's hard to kind of pinpoint what you've done, because that was when I was used to drink, but now I'm a reformed bacon, man. Um, I've given my life, the respect it deserves, and I no longer drink. But yeah, like I remember particularly, I think I had just turned, I was probably about 21 or 22. Um, Speaking of, what about the remote control story? I forgot about that. That's actually was the basis of this chat or this live. So, well, I'll go into that because they all kind of were around the same. Oh, there it is, the story time. I think what's his name remembered it was the remote control story. So So at around the same time, we used to have a restaurant that used to be down the street named Carmine's. Pizza was pretty good, pretty phenomenal pizza. And we went to this bar one time, and they one of the biggest things we used to drink back in the days. Bye, Yesenia. Have a good one. Love you, my sister. Um, I think was we Goldschlager. I don't know if you guys ever remember Goldschlager or even heard of Goldschlager, but it was like the more refined tasting version of Fireball that used to have little gold flakes inside. So we would have it. We would have it. Have shots after shots there, and it. Amy used Amy used to love it. Amy really used to love Goldschlager, but then we chase it down with the beer, and then you know what happens when your homies come. Yes, 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 Jimbo. Did you ever go there too? And then talk about where we would all pretty much lock ourselves down. Um, like we'd stay in there for times on end because um the South Pasadena Police Department used to set up checkpoints. So nobody left that damn place. Everyone just stayed there because ain't no one trying to catch that DUI. And there really, the way they set it up, there really was no way to leave that area because they set up, if this was Carmine's, they set up the security check or the DUI point from all the way over here, all the way down, and even the extending area to go back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's that. That's what's up, man. So you was at the bar too? Oh my god, Carmine's, dude. So anyway, so I don't know what happened one day, but I guess I had pretty much too much to drink, needless to say. And I went to the restroom and I went with my cousin. So I had to pee really, really bad. So I went in to one of the stall, but the stall, you seen those stalls where the door is like for whatever really doesn't line up correctly. So it's against the hinge like this. So it sometimes gets stuck. So you actually have to force it. So I was in an inebriated state of mind, needless to say. And I took the door and I shoved the door, um, shoved the door open, and the door pretty much came back at me. It flew back at me. I just remember the door going, "Rrrt," and it hit me. And I just remember getting so stupid pissed at the door, so mad at the door. I just started kicking the shit out of the door. Boom, just legit started kicking it. Pretty much to the point where the door not only went like back this way, but it started going forward too. So it was like a full hinge. And I just started kicking it. And then the security guard ended up rolling in and just grabbing me. But I had like that superhuman strength, man, because I had been drinking, and it literally, and I'm telling you guys, I'm only about maybe 5'4", and these were some big security guards, and it took three of them to get my hands behind my back because I just straightened up. I said, "Y'all ain't taking me. Y'all ain't taking me," and well, security in the door won that fight. So they were like, "Y'all ain't taking me," but it took three security guards to pull me out of that place. And my cousin D was just like, "Let him go, man. That's my cousin. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go." And we all got booted. And that was the last time I was at Carmine's. But I think Carmine's pretty much closed down probably a couple years after that. Um, but it ended up just being the door. And their face, like I just remember their face was of confusion was just kind of like, but then they just said, "Okay, yeah, you're not hitting anybody, you're but destructing our property." And then I just, where's, well, your property just punched me in the face. And I was like, man. So I just woke up the next day just thinking like, damn, dude, damn, how stupid Messiah sounded. And then I was like, dang, that was some craziness. So we got kicked out. So when Carmine's closed, I think about a year after the fact, didn't really hurt my feelings too much because I wasn't allowed back into place. So it was kind of one of those ones um, I was like, all right, well, you know what? It is what it's. I want to say, for Kip Marina crushed one there. Oh man, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I don't even. Yeah, I don't remember the years, man, but the pizza was on bomb. So I was scared because we went back to go eat pizza, I think, one time after that. But we went to the restaurant side and I think I was fine. I mean, they didn't kick me out or anything. So I was like, all right, that's cool. That's what's up. Like, yeah, that's cool. So yeah, so rhyme or reason. So again, the other thing, they never recovered from that door incident. I don't think they did. The strength that comes out of you, no, dude, I'm telling you, man, I felt like I was like King Kong in that boy, man. You wasn't gonna get rid of me. Um, we aren't doing it, teaching. Who knows? Maybe Bacon Angel Henry can help me convince Chilo again. You know what? I think we need to have a get together so we could have some conversations, and then we'll get y'all over to HHN. But yeah, yeah, it just, yeah, it was a door. I was fighting with the door. And it, I mean, needless to say, we was young. We was early 20s, I think, when this all went down. And then it was just I mean, what else do you do when you're a kid? Well, consider yourself a kid. Technically you are a grown up, you know. But then we would have parties all the time, you know, at the house. We need a Zoom meeting. I'm down. I could set it up. I got unlimited time duration Zooms because of work. So y'all want to set this up? We could set this one up for sure. Oop, excuse me. And then park and sip. I won't be peer pressured. I know. I'm just here to just weigh your pros and cons. Your decision is your decision. No, not me, because I'm not going either. If I don't go, Chilo don't go. Fair enough. Super fair enough. So but so going back to the remote controller. So we had we had these nights that we would always get together, you know. Shout out to my folks because they were actually always really cool with it too, you know. And I particularly remember we were celebrating Amy's birthday one year, and we had it because it was crazy rainstorms. And so we partied inside, and this was the birth of the crazy coronas. Because we went and we did an initial like drink run, got out of the rain, stayed inside, and we were just partying inside the kitchen, the living room, the dining room. And then if we needed to smoke, we just stepped outside in our backyard. Because at that time I didn't have the room that we have now built in the back. So literally it was like in the laundry room, and just open the door and we'd have a smoke out there. Um, but then we were hanging out, we were drinking, and then we were running low, and the only drinks I think we had at that time was Coronas. So we decided, and then we had a lot of vodka for whatever reason, because none of us really like vodka, but we had a bunch of them. So turns out we said, all right, you know what, we need to extend these drinks. So every time someone got a Corona, they would drink the neck of the Corona, and then we would fill the neck of it up with vodka and then tip it upside down. And that not only extended the drinks, but everyone just got drunker and drunker. So I remember at one point we were in the living room and we were watching something on the TV, and we were just, yeah, old school remote controller, the cable remote, just doing, going. And I've always used my fireplace. So I always have my fireplace. Let's go on the fireplace, on the fireplace. We're doing the fireplace, and then watching TV back and forth. But the next day, I just remember, I know vodka and Corona. It probably was not. I don't know. I'm thinking about it right now. My stomach is kind of turning right now, just thinking about how bad. Oof, just thinking about it. But again, young and dumb. What are you gonna do? You know, extending it, and then after, I don't honestly. I think we still had leftover Coronas because we were doing these crazy neck Coronas. Um, so the next morning, I remember waking up. Um, once another man, oh man, pumpkin spice latte and a crown. Man, I'm kind of tempted to do that. I'm, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm actually so. Um, we used to do tequila and Coronas, call them beer garitas. I think it is a thing now. They call them Coronitas, or Coronanita. I don't know, however the hell you say it. But yeah, that's the one where they just do the margarita, and then they had the little contraption, and you stick the little baby bottle of Corona in there and drink it. It is a thing, so I could see that. So now thinking back at that, it was like, oh yeah, that's kind of like that thing, but the vodka and the Corona, man. Gilo, the things we did when we were young and dumb and wild. Yeah, big 100%. So the next morning we clean up. Actually, you know what? Surprisingly, you know what? I'll give ourselves credit, man, because for all the partying we end up doing, we always clean the house that night of if it was inside the house. Outside, whatever, we'll wait till the hangover subsides and then we'll get to it the next day. But however, inside we made sure we cleaned. So I remember we woke up the next morning feeling how you would imagine we would feel. And then we're trying to find a remote, and we could not find a remote to get turn on the TV, like at least with the cable. So we spent the entire day, just going up to the cable box, old school style, just kind of hitting it, switching to what we want to do, agreed on the channel because I'm sure some homies stayed over. I don't remember who was there. I was a little young. Yeah, probably were a little young, man. This was when we were young, ran supreme, baby. That's how when we used to do it. We were on a whole different level. Kids nowadays, I don't think could do what we used to do back then. So we just sat there and we're like, you know what? This is nuts. I don't know what happened to the remote control. We theorized that the remote control got thrown away with all the junk that we thrown out that night of, and we're just like, all right, bet. Well, it wasn't until about maybe 2 days later after the fact, I woke up, went to go get breakfast, and then I went to grab Eggo waffles, or now it's probably Eggo waffles because I've always had Eggo waffles. I still have Eggo waffles. I love Eggo waffles. And we we would go went in. I went into the freezer, and then I went moved the Eggo waffle box. And when I pulled the Eggo waffle box, the remote controller fell out of the Eggo waffle box. So yeah, it was chilling in the fridge, not even in the fridge. It was in the freezer. So trying to think back, can't remember back the night. Um, I don't remember going into the freezer. Um, Apparently I was the only one that had the controller that night, but somehow the remote controller ended up in the freezer. How? I don't know. Why? I don't know. Crazy Coronas, man. They have the best whiskey at HHN. Let's go and I'll show you the. We're going to sit there. Still worked. Still worked. It was incredible. It was so incredible. It still worked. Helped me convince Chilo. So it's crazy because I think if you go to HHN Chilo, you get free candy corn and 3 shots of whiskey just by walking in. At least it's been like that in the past. I can't promise it this year, but it's a strong possibility. So think about it. So y'all not doing not scary farm. If we do not scary farm, it's gonna be probably, let's see. So the first weekend of October, we have a wedding. The second week of October, we have a wedding. So if we do end up doing it, it would probably be the 19th or the 26th is what we're looking at that we would do. Um, what is something you did when you were young that you advise Squish to do or not to do? Everything I could honestly say. So the only thing, for the most part, we pretty much what day are you going to HHN? September 21st, because that's pretty much the only weekend I have free is September 21st. So September 21st is when we're going to HHN. Um, the crew and I will be there. Um, I all the fun that we used to have was pretty clean fun, and that's from earlier on. Even elementary school, we always had relatively clean fun. Um, the one thing is, again, I think I mentioned it on live. I was just doing, like wrong place, wrong time type of deal. Not really, because I did, pretty much somewhat participate in it. Was at Fry's Electronic, we got busted for shoplifting. Knowing it was wrong, but my intentions for why I did it was good, at least in my mind, to get money to purchase something, um, to sell off what I was buying. Um, and the thing is that I did go with the guy who was shoplifting prior to it and did nothing. And then this time we got caught. So honestly, like it was just a matter of time before we're gonna get caught doing it. So I would say if there was one thing I would tell her, just that once you know something is wrong, and or you just don't feel like the situation is for you, just jump ship. Don't even go through with it, because yeah, it kind of followed me around for some. There was a probation that lasted me because I didn't have to do any pay anything, do any community service. However, I did have what they call a delayed sentence. That they held it, but pretty much put me on probation. It's like I was 17 till I was about maybe 21 or so, that I couldn't get in trouble, because had I gotten arrested again, then they would have brought up that charge once again, and I would have been charged altogether. So it was enough to scare me stupid. The holding self was enough to make me be like, you know what, a thug life thing was definitely not something that was for me, you know. And even right now, it scared me so much. I'll be very, very, very honest with you. It scared me so much. I refuse to even park in a parking lot that doesn't belong to the business that I'm going to. That's how much I'm like so paranoid that I'm gonna get like in trouble for something. I'm not saying I'm straight edge, because you know, whatever. Obviously, we park and sip, and that's not totally legal, you know, depending on who you ask. Um, but at the same time, I'm not gonna go. You know, we went to our goddaughter's baseball game, and there was no parking in the lot. And then Amy told me, just park over here, and it was not connected to the park. I said, hell no, I'm gonna drop you off and I'm gonna go find legal parking somewhere. So yeah, so everything pretty much on the up and up. We've walked out of stores before, like the self-pay ones, and I've noticed some things in the cart, and I'm like, "Psh, I'm back. I'm going back, and I'm gonna go pay, just in case, you know." So, yeah, I've done a lot of crazy things too, too many to name, and I think that just comes with just being young, you know. Fry's Electronic had so many cool things. The people around you definitely influence bad, good or bad behavior. You're right, you know. And I think if you talk about the punishment. One, it was a look of disappointment on my parents' face. They weren't even mad; they were just fucking disappointed, which in return made me more disappointed in myself. Um, but then two, I was banned from going to. I had a lifetime ban from going back to Fry's, you know, and I was paranoid of facial recognition, all that stuff. So after that 17th year of my life, I never stepped foot back in the Fry's, and I loved Fry's, man. The stuff you could buy at Fry's were just cheap, and then just each Fry's had a different theme. And I was banned; I couldn't go back. So that in itself was a punishment. So here goes back to the other point. When all the Fry's closed, I'm like, but again, that was because of my own stupidity yet again. So, we don't think about consequences when we're there. Um, I was from a little younger, and I was a little bit crazy, but I promise never to do dumb things. You know what? I think sometimes when we do dumb things, that's how we learn, and I think that's what childhood is. How many times do we do dumb things that we probably shouldn't have done, but you learned. My dad often uses the example when I was young. And maybe I've said it on here before, that I was so interested in touching the muffler of a car, no matter when, whether it was an idle car or a car that had just run. And my dad always told me, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And then when he wasn't looking, they had just parked, and I went and touched the muffler of the car and burned up my hand. So, I never did it again, you know. So I guess sometimes it's just a matter of you do dumb things and you learn. Oh man, I'm even afraid of walking around a store with my hands in my pocket. I'm afraid that they're gonna think I'm stealing. Touche, brother. Like sometimes I just want to walk around like this, like hands up, like I'm not even trying to no, hell no. I'm not doing nothing. But I hear you. I look from my parents when they are disappointed is very, oh yeah, that look from my parents when they are disappointed is very real. They don't even have anything to say. Looks is enough, because I mean, if you were me, I could tune people out pretty well. So you could hear the whole thing just burning around, and I'll just be like, not even listening. But just to have someone look you in the face and just be like, I'm not even gonna say nothing and walk away. It's like, no, 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 yell at me, yell at me, yell at me. Mm-mm, not gonna do it. So madness. Um, I did that at Target. They forgot to scan the water at the bottom of the cart. I was already loading stuff in the car and went back to pay for it. Just paranoid. Again, it's paranoia, man, where you come out and just be like damn, I don't want to drive off and the cops roll up behind me for a 3.49 case of water. Be like, nah, man, it ain't worth the case for water. Yeah, for sure. I'm like that too. As an adult, consequences are worse. And of course, having kids makes you want to set a good example. Absolutely, and I'm very real with Squish, and I think um I forgot who was having a conversation. I think it was with my cousin, to be honest with you. Um, but we were talking about just pretty much my language. Squish has been in a private school her entire life, and I think the perception of being in a private school is that you're sheltered from the world. Well, you guys see me, you guys know the way I talk, and if you obviously, I'm so much more PG when I'm here on the stream, and even then I'm letting them slip from time to time, um but we were always real with Squish. If she had questions depending on her age, we answered it. um Now that she's 13, she has a little bit more questions. We answer them. As far as my mouth is concerned, it's always been do as I say, not as I do, because the world's not going to censor themselves around your kids. The world's not going to end because you haven't had a conversation with your kid. So ultimately, we set a good example. Show we're good people. Show we do good things. Show that we actually pay for stuff, and you're not jacking shit like Daddy did when he was 17. And I don't necessarily know if I've ever told her that story, and I know she's not going to rewatch this whole entire stream. So if anybody snitches and tells her, I know who it is, because I just know who it is. Just I just know. Um yeah, so again, that's it's sometimes you just have to lead by example, and then hopefully whatever experiences we have and we tell them, they learn that it's just stupidity. Um everything from tattoos as well too. She asked me, does it hurt? I said, hell yeah, it does. um but when you get to a certain age, you are free to do those ones. Get little tattoos that are hidden if you so choose. But ultimately, I will be very upset with you if you tattoo yourself the way I've tattooed myself and you have nothing going for you, no career, no nothing, because you, again, tattoos, yeah, pretty much now are a norm for today's society. However, people still look at it. What's up? Just want to say hi, busy day. What's up, Hortensia? How are you, DJ? NC is in the house. My favorite DJs here. Thank you so much for stopping to say hello. It means the world to me. Love seeing your name pop up. You are the bomb.com. Thank you, thank you. Um, let's see. I'm like that. I'm like that with the boys. I tell them not to do something twice. If they don't listen, I let them learn their lesson on their own. It is what it is. I mean, that's exactly the way it is. We can't, sometimes kids just have to learn by learning the hard way, Um, and it goes everything where we tell Kaylin to run a certain way and be like, okay, Squish, you have to change this up because you're gonna hurt yourself. And then afterwards she's like, my knee hurts. Told you. Sometimes they just want to just go ahead and just, I don't know, what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So sometimes they do have to learn. If it's something that won't kill them, then I think a little life lesson will hurt, because life will give them that act right sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Um, let's say I agree with you guys. Squishy. Oh, cool. Thank you. I agree. Sometimes we have to learn things the hard way. And when we are young, we don't understand the consequences. As adults, we want to set the example. We absolutely do. Again, a lot of it is like, see, do as I say, not as I do, you know. Uh, Even in high school, I mean, just the physicality of things that we used to do. We used to staying outside the school and we would be throwing each other on concrete. We would, I know my boys would skateboard a whole lot, and they would hold on to the car as I'm driving down a hill and they'd be on their skateboard. Did we really think about the consequences of, like, what if they drop me wrong on my head? I'm already half, deep duty as it is. And did we think about what happens if our head would have hit that concrete while we were wrestling outside of school? Nope. Did he think about what happens if he would have fallen off that skateboard going down the hill? Nope. It's just, I think we're just so young and we think we're invincible. And did it make us tougher people in the long run? Yeah. Our threshold for pain a lot higher? Yeah. But we didn't really think. You know what I'm saying? So now when Squish does different things, I'm like, girl, you're gonna hurt yourself. Girl, you're gonna hurt yourself. I never really stopped like I guess I mean as of recently stopped to think like, damn, you know what? When my parents told me stop, when my parents told me stop, I never did because I had to learn the hard way, man. Um, let's see, that's cool. Everyone's saying what's up to our favorite DJ. Um, Maria says hi. Hi. A smart person once said, "Smart people learn from their mistake. Wise people learn from other people's mistake." Touche, brother. Touche. But we take to a certain level where we decide to get. It takes a while before we could go from smart to wise. And I think taking some of those hard knock life's hits is what wisens us up. You know what I'm saying? So now, I mean, take for instance, now, we look back at when I was at a bar or when we were anywhere, I'll be quick to fight. I'll be quick to throw punches. A fight just sounded good. Let's get into it. I'm down. Um, as a smart person, I learned, you know what? Never start to fight unless they came at me. Then I started. Cabeza dura. Yep, that's right. Like I would just throw a fight. I don't care. Whatever. Let's fight. The smarter version of me said, only if I'm defending myself will I fight. The wise me now says I avoid it altogether. It's just it's it's just how life experiences go. And I think more so working where I'm working at now, and I deal with some of the public that's just out there, it makes it a little bit easier now to be like, you know what, you never know what other people are holding, what they're gonna do or how much crazier they are than you. So it's just all the way better to just be like, you know what, just avoid the situation completely. And you know what? I 100% thank God that some of the two situations that I could say happened, um, I was completely sober. I told you before, I go from time to times where I decide, you know what, I'm not I'm not gonna drink. I just don't feel it. JJQ's in the house. What up, JJQ? And what's up, mama? Hope all is well. Hope you had a good workout. I didn't get a chance to see you when you left. Um, but let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, drugs are bad. Don't do drugs. Be like Mr. Mackey. Drugs are bad. Okay. If you do drugs, drugs are bad. Okay. Don't do drugs. Okay. Um, did you talk about the remote? I did talk about the remote. I'll give you a Cliff Note version of it right now. Oh yeah. I mean, I can't say about the steroids because if not, this chiseled beach body wouldn't be the way it is without the roids. Just playing. Nah, steroids are bad too. Don't do steroids. Actually, never known anyone to do steroids, at least not in my immediate circle. But yeah. Um, but yeah, so I think ultimately, it's one of those things that, sometimes you get those that gift from God, because the one situation where um a fight broke out, I was 100% stone sober, and a fight broke out and I legitimately thought about every action. I even tried to diffuse it and then someone punched me in my mouth. So I had this huge gap like right here. Like, got my lip good. And I said, you know what? Now I'm not gonna lie, someone ran up on me real quick and I picked them up and threw them through a table, but that was self-defense. But the other guy, like the guy who did turn around and sucker punch me in my mouth, um, I actually had him pinned against the wall, and I literally was about to just give it to him, and then like people are gonna say it's bullshit, but I had the two angels, bing, pop up on there in that quick flash moment where one says, "Just don't do it. It ain't worth it, bro. It ain't worth it." Then the other angel said, "Pound him," or the devil, pound him," and I opted not to, you know. And then it was just one of those things that it was, again, there goes from, like Chilo said, man, smart decision was self-defense, and then the wise decision was just kind of walk away from it. And another situation too was just somebody, talking with Amy, and then again, the wise man just walked away and I said nothing, just took Amy with me. So again, you learn. So the Cliff Note version, JJQ, here it is, as super Cliff Note version, if you guys are familiar with that term. Cliff Note version is had a party at the house. watch TV in the house. Got stupid drunk off of Corona and vodka. Yes, Corona and vodka. Couldn't find a remote. Found a remote in the Eggo box. So yeah, so that's a very, very, very much Cliff Note version of that, in there. But yeah, yeah, again. So again, we learn from stuff that we do. And I'm sure all of you guys have stories too. So again, if there's any stories that you guys would like to share, I'm gonna have to skedaddle out of here pretty quickly. Pretty much caught up on work, but there are a couple things I will need to do before I go and pick up Squish from school. um but yeah, ultimately I think it was the school days, it was high school days. I mean, how many days? I think it took 2 days. I think it was 2 days I found it. So if I never, or well, it would have been found eventually because somebody would have eaten Eggos anyway. So it was just so happened that Eggos is my love, and I found my second love, the remote controller, in the thing I love the most. So you know, it's a happy ending to what could have been a sad story if I had to buy another remote. Um, but then yeah, and in college, I think as far as bacon, did you ever go to flyer parties? So in high school, I didn't really do much flyer parties. I could only remember a couple to date, one being after prom, but it was there. So it wasn't. Now back when we went to Pasadena City College, Lego my ego, and Lego on my remote controller. Um, so at PCC, actually, D and I, we threw a flyer party. We had a pretty wealthy friend who had a pretty nice house with a pretty solid pool that we decided would be a good idea just invite strangers to the house. And we had a flyer party. And I'm telling you, if you guys next time my cousin D decides to pop into this office, remind me to ask him, and you guys could fact check me. You could fact check me. And wonder if he's available. I don't know where he's at, but the parties that we threw, the flyer party, we were too lazy to go hand out the damn flyer ones, to be honest with you. So what we did is a couple of my friends brought remote control cars to the campus, and we took flyers, put them on the thing, on the remote control car, and just drove the car. And we drove it around the quad, and we bump it into anyone we wanted to have it into their leg. So they would pick up, and we would tell them, and then when they look down, they grab the flyer and they'd be like this, and we bring the car back. So we would do that. I don't know. We did that I think twice, two different parties as such. And it was cool. It was it was oh yeah, we was fancy. We was fancy and we was lazy. The best of both worlds. Um let's do I did the paisa one. There was paisa ones. Of course there were paisa ones. They had to. Hell yeah, rancho used to throw them sometimes. I can't pronounce it. That's why I skipped the word. Um, but yeah, so we did these. We would have people drunk at our house, and then we thought it was a good idea to just take all the furniture, not all the furniture, but the plastic ones, and throw them off our balcony into the pool. And then we would jump in the pool and try to sit in the chair that was at the bottom of the pool. And then some dude was about to jump off the roof into the pool, and we had a couple people saying, you know what, go ahead, do it, do it, do it. I was probably one of them. And Amy, sweet voice of reason, said, no, 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 you're not going to do it. Okay. So they didn't do it. But I went to the reggaetons. Yeah, reggaeton. Yeah. So yeah, the flyer parties, yeah. But then it wasn't until we were later on, again, now given in hindsight, will any of us really do it? Probably not. But we had we would go to flyer parties because my boy DJ'd. And when he DJ'd, he would do questionable parties, man. Like, bunch of thugs, whatever, cholos. And one time he hit us up and said, hey, you guys roll through and help me grab my stuff, man. Fights are breaking out at this house, and I think people are strapped. And you know what strap means. Um, and you know what? Me, my boy Jose, my cousin D, we just roll up deep and we just park and we just walk into this damn melee and help him pick up his DJ stuff and walk out. Now, Again, would we do that now? Probably not, because you don't know how things are going to, and we didn't even really know how things. But again, did we think about it then? Nope. We didn't even think about it. We just decided, you know what, homie was in trouble, let's go. We didn't feel like there was going to be any consequences for our actions whatsoever. We just did what we had to do, and that was it. But looking back, it's like, damn, man, what if one of us would have got beat up, man? Hey, appreciate you, Chilo. Thank you so much, man. I'm about to call it in a little few too, man. Um, but appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother. Have a good rest of your day. And then we had the other parties too, where we had parties at another homie's house too. And you know, the owner of the house, the owner of the house, you know, his friends kicked us out the house when the cop showed up. So, but we had all the money from the party itself. So this is the notorious party where I think I've told you that Amy picked up the keg and walked off with it. That was it. So she didn't think twice, took the keg. I took the money. I paid off all my friends. So when they finally decided that who they didn't let into the house when the cops came, when they came back collecting, they only had about $100 out of what we had about 3 grand with us. So never mess with the people who deal with the money, you know? Did you guys have did you guys have rebels in high school? Like the dudes who would dress with solo jeans, Harley Davidson boots? We did. I would tell my parents I was at quinceañeras. That's hilarious. That the standard. Hey, someone's having a quince, we'll be out there. Um I appreciate you, Bacon. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Um, we remember I went to a private school, so we had dress code, so they couldn't dress that way. However, we did have those rebels that were there too, because they wore black boots, the dress pants, but it was like super tight. And then they had to wear a polo, but you could see their white t-shirt underneath. And pretty much immediately after, oh, and then their hair didn't look like mine. My hair has always been jacked up, you know. No real rhyme or reason what happens with it. I just gel it and hope for the best. Um, but after school, they would take off their polos and put on their jackets, and they would be like the little greaser stuff. So I had told you that Sonny from Greece, he was love your hair. Oh, thank you so much. I need a haircut in the worst way, but it's at the point right now where even it looks crazy. It's I guess it's all right. It's doable. Thank you, Pro. I appreciate that. Makes gives me a little bit of shot of confidence with that. Um, so when the teacher came, oh man, the greasers loved it, man, because I was like grease lightning all day. They loved it. So it was just funny, just in general. I was one of them. I was in a party crew. No way. Were you really, dude? So oh, Jen and Eric, Henry, they were part of a party crew. Well, I don't know about Jen, but Eric definitely was. Um, Hairstyle was buzz cut with long bangs. Man, I'm telling you, ever since that, man, my hair wasn't long. It'd be something to this effect. I think it's only within the past couple of years I've actually taken some type of cutting it up and doing it, and I'm getting back to the point again that I wear hats, so I don't really care, and I put gel when I need to. But the funny one is Eric was part of a crew too, Showboys, and then their initiation is they used to burn themselves. So if you're ever around, if any of you guys are ever around, and you guys hear me talking to my cousin's husband Eric, I'll be like, "Hey, bro, today's the day. Burn me in." It's because that's what their crew used to do. Burn people in, and it was a party crew. But you had to be pretty, and Eric is still pretty. I'll call a spade a spade. I was never pretty enough to be in any of these party crews, man. You had to, yeah. I'm not pretty. Still not pretty. I really don't care. But their earrings had to be bling bling a certain way. Um, they were cut straight. Like, nah, man, I'm self cut. So if this section looks a little bit long, I just hit it up a little bit. This section, I just hit it like, see how it's a little there. I'll just take the clippers, go, and then this just kind of does whatever it does. So, um, I feel like I'm pretty, so I guess that's all that matter. I'll just burn myself. And then instead of show boys, I'll just be fat boy. So we could go with that. But anyways, my friends, I do gotta get skedaddle out of here. I gotta knock out this work real quick. Go pick up Squish by 3. But I appreciate y'all being on here with me at my lunch. I know there's a lot of options y'all could be doing right now, but you guys are here flossing with me, and I can't thank y'all very much enough. You always look great. I appreciate it, Pearl, man. You are just love. You will have my weekend just starting like up there. Oh, there's the boss. Go to work. You hear that? Hey, D, come in here real quick. Come here. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Um, let me see. Let me get him. Let me see if he can tell you about the Flyers. Hold on. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, nice. Never mind. Oh, you get to work then. Shoot, telling me get to work. he's telling me get to work, and you ain't even at work, bruh. Well, next stream, I'm gonna try to get him in here and he'll tell you about the flyer parties for sure. But no, thank you guys again for joining in with us. Appreciate you guys again. I know there's a lot of stuff y'all could be doing, a lot of people could be watching, but you guys are flossing with me and you guys warm my heart for that. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't do anything I wouldn't do twice. We'll try to make contact with y'all this weekend at a certain point. And for all the love and everything you guys have supported us, thank you. All right, y'all be safe out there, and we will talk soon. Bye, everybody. Love y'all.